All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're taking a look at QXO. It's a new company in the building supplies space, and it has investors talking. But you know, the real story here isn't about roofing or drywall. It's about the legendary CEO who's building it from the ground up. So let's just jump right in with the big question about its founder, Brad Jacobs. I mean, the guy's already built multiple billion-dollar empires, and now the market is betting he can do it all over again for a fourth time.
To really get the hype, you have to look at his track record. Just look at this. While he was CEO of United Rentals, the equipment giant he founded, the stock delivered a 400% return over 5 years. That just crushes the S&P 500's gain in that same period.
And this is what happened at XPO, the logistics firm he took over and turned into a global powerhouse. So yeah, we're not talking about a one-hit wonder. There is a clear pattern here. And now he's trying to run that same play with QXO.
So before we can really get what QXO is all about, you've got to understand the guy pulling the strings. His whole career is basically a masterclass in seeing an opportunity, executing a plan, and making shareholders a ton of money.
You can see the pattern right here on this timeline. He goes into an industry, he consolidates it with smart buys, and he builds a leader. And investors? Oh, they've definitely noticed. I mean, QXO's stock jumped nearly 30% this year alone, and that was before it even had a major business, all based on his reputation.
So where's he pointing that Midas touch now? Well, QXO is going after the building product supply industry. Now, it might not sound as exciting as AI or something, but for a builder like Jacobs, it has all the right ingredients.
And analysts are all over this, calling the industry tailor-made for him. They see it as the perfect playground for his very specific skill set. But why, right? What's so special about building products?
Well, this right here is the heart of it. The industry is it's full of all these smaller, family-owned companies, which makes it perfect for a roll-up strategy. It's stable, the supply chain is mostly domestic, and the demand, it's pretty much non-negotiable. Like Jacobs himself says, when your roof is leaking, you fix it. Simple as that.
All right, so what's the game plan here? Well, it's not some big secret. It's actually a method he's perfected over decades, something we can call the Jacobs playbook.
And this is it. It's a 4-step process he's used over and over. Step 1, find a messy industry. Step 2, buy a big player to get a foothold. Step 3, make it run way better. And step 4, use that as a platform to just buy up the competition. It's simple on paper, but pretty brilliant in practice. And bam, this right here, this is step 2 of that playbook in action. QXO went out and made this massive anchor acquisition, buying Beacon Roofing Supply for a cool $11 billion. And just like that, QXO went from a concept to a major player with almost 600 branches.
But look, this kind of strategy, it's not a guaranteed win. The stakes are incredibly high. The market is already priced in a lot of success based on his name alone, which means there's this huge temptation to chase deals and maybe overpay just to keep the story going.
But Jacobs knows this. He gets it, and he's all about discipline. He even proved it by walking away from a couple of big potential deals for companies like Rexel and GMS, all because the price just wasn't right. He refused to get sucked into a bidding war.
And that discipline is absolutely crucial. Because when you first look at the stock, you might think, whoa, that's pricey. It's trading at 39 times its estimated 2026 earnings. That's almost double the valuation of the S&P 500. It's a price that's betting big on future acquisitions.
But, maybe the PE ratio isn't the right way to look at it here. For a company whose entire game is buying up assets, the price-to-book value can tell you a lot more. By that measure, QXO is at just 1.6 times its book value, and some analysts think it could easily trade for more than double that.
Okay, so let's put it all together. You've got the strategy, you've got the industry, and you've got the leader. The actual investment case for QXO starts to become really, really clear.
Some of the biggest believers, like Orbis Investment Management, they just nail it. They argue that this fragmented, kind of low-tech, high-demand industry is the absolute perfect match for the Brad Jacobs playbook. It's a setup he has crushed before.
And this is the potential payoff that has investors so excited. The stock was recently trading around $20, but look at these analyst price targets. Wolf Research has a target of $44. That's more than double its recent price.
So at the end of the day, the story of QXO isn't really about building supplies, is it? It's a bet on the builder. It's a high-stakes wager on a founder's proven ability to create another empire from scratch. And that leaves us all with one final question. When you're betting on one of the greatest company builders of his generation, is that a bet you can afford to miss?